Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm visible and audible to all of you. This session is going live on YouTube. So only few people are here on the Zoom session. I won't be admitting any new people now. So can you give me a quick confirmation over the YouTube chat? Am I visible and audible to all of you? Yes, I'm good. How are you? Yes, I'm visible and audible. Quick confirmation. Awesome. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay, guys. So without any further delay, let's get started with our today's session. Okay. So this is our orientation for the June 2024 attempt. So I know first of all, you guys are excited about your attempt, and recently we just got over with our March exams. So I even had a little bit of break before we get started with our next, attempt. So I hope you all are doing well. I know many of the students here who were registered with me in the March attempt, but then they got their course extended to the June batch. So I hope you all are also doing well, seeing you after a long time. So now I will be discussing few things in these sessions. Like today we have SBR session, tomorrow we have AAA, day after we have FR. So I will discuss with you the strategy, okay, the course content which you will get, how the things would work. If you have any course access till now, okay, that course was unstructured. So that course was having a lot of lectures, like there were live sessions also, there were recording sessions also. Reason that was from the March batch. So now everything is getting filtered out as per the planner. So now the course content will reduce a little. So if I just tell you the contents for today's session, it's about the course structure, it's about your planner. So if you guys want to get a plan for your studies, like a rough idea by which date you should be done by which topic, and when you should be sitting for a test for that topic, and when you should be doing your mocks, when you should be attending your super 20 questions, when you should be attending the grand revisions for that particular session. So everything I will discuss here today, that means I'll give you a comprehensive plan in today's session. Thereafter, what we are going to discuss is that what is basically SBR and how we can tackle this paper, because if you know, recently pre-populated spreadsheet is a great amount of stress for SBR students. However, as per the feedback that I've received from my March attempt students, the pre-populated is just, it's of overhype. It's not something which you should be very afraid of, provided you are well prepared for it. And secondly, what I got as a feedback was that the question paper was easy. So that means SBR is an easy paper. It's not something which you will, like, if you have given or if you're planning to give advanced audit, that's a paper which is very technical. That's a paper which requires a lot of effort, I would say your blood and sweat for AAA paper, especially the case studies tackling that is difficult. But again, its base is SBR only. So my purpose for these sessions is not just to prepare you for passing the paper, of course, that we need to do, but my purpose is that I make you ready for the industry, because after your exams, after you become ACCS, you're going to work in IFRSs only. If not work, you're gonna ask, you will be asked questions upon IFRSs. So I recently took some corporate training sessions, and there I got to know this, that even the people who are having work experience of 10 years, they're still working in IFRSs, because that's the reality of the industry. Accounting standards is what we are expected to know as ACCS. If you meet any doctor, one basic thing that you would expect from a doctor is that he would be able to give you a medicine for fever. So what basic thing you expect from an ACCA? IFRS. So this whole paper is based upon IFRS, and my agenda, my motive in this whole session is not just to make you pass one paper, but also make you ready for the industry, for the IFRSs, for your technical knowledge. Okay, anybody can access IFRS knowledge on the website of IFRS. If someone is working and he's never done ACCA, he's never done diploma in IFRS, you can just Google that what is there in IFRS 9 and you can read that standard. But the way you guys will remember the standard, no, even after passing out, I still get so many DMs from my students that, ma'am, we still remember the way you taught that IFRS and we still remember that example. So IFRS plainly law, it's like a law. I give you a constitution of any country and I just tell you this is the law of, the land, and you just read it. Will you be able to interpret it? Will you be able to remember it? Will you be able to apply it? You need a lot of understanding, okay? You need a lot of, you can say, technique to apply the IFRS. That is what I aim to teach. And it's not that I'm just going to teach the people who are registered with me. Of course, I also give out self-study content. So any person who's watching this on the YouTube also, stay tuned. If you're giving this paper in June, you will get a lot of content from the YouTube for the self-study people as well. So without any further delay, let's get started with our today's PPT. I hope you'll enjoy this session. Just few minutes of a session and we will just have an interactive uh, discussion on it. Okay, that's me. Hi. Let's go on. So let me just take you to the PPT. Fine. So I hope the screen is visible to everyone. Quick yes or no? Is the screen visible? I have a little bit of cold, so my voice might be a little heavy. Pardon me for that. Okay, awesome. So what is SBR? So I have given you some kind of idea into what SBR exactly is. Now let's delve deep into the meaning of this paper. Strategic business reporting. Business reporting, what is reporting? If I tell you, let's suppose your manager tells you, report me at 9 a.m. tomorrow. What is 9 a.m. tomorrow? You know that's the time. What is report? Come to me or give me some kind of communication. Maybe he asked you to prepare some draft email. Maybe he asked you to prepare some kind of draft financial statement. Maybe he asked you to prepare some kind of PPT. So he's saying, report me at 9 a.m. with that particular project. So what is reporting? Reporting is communication. So if I say, guys, today I'll report to you at 8 p.m., that means I want to communicate to you at 8 p.m. That's your orientation session. So if I'm going to communicate, I need a language of communication. So what is my language of communication? There are so many people here in the class. They might be knowing Hindi, they might be knowing English, they might be knowing, Malayalam. So there are so many languages across the world. So there are so many people across the world who are sitting in this orientation. So which language should I use? Which language should I use? How should I decide the language? So they say that you have to keep the language which is understandable globally. That's why I'm communicating in English. That's a global language. So similarly, the companies which are placed abroad, which are global companies, the MNCs, they are getting investors from across the globe. They're getting their loans approved across the globe. Their employees are across the globe. So if you talk about local language of accounting, I live in India. So in India, we have Indian Chartered Accountancy, we have Indian Accounting Standards, which are known as IND-ES, Indian Accounting Standards. So that means they have their own local language, domestic language. Similarly, we also have our global language, which is IFRS. So when I have to communicate in this paper, my language of communication is global, which is IFRS, which is International Financial Reporting Standards. So reporting is communication. My language in this paper is IFRS. Then what is strategic business? What are we reporting? What's the content of reporting? Okay, so the language you said, the language is IFRS, but what are you reporting? What is the content of it? The content is nothing but business numbers. What are you reporting? You're reporting the P&L, you're reporting how much profit you've made, how much loss you've incurred this year, or what are your asset base, what are your liabilities base, where do you stand, what's your gearing, what's your liquidity, all that stuff. So that is basically which is being reported in your annual financial statements, right? So who prepares this annual financial statement? Will someone come from the heaven and prepare the financial statements? It's us. It's you and me. Maybe all the ACCAs who are preparing were applying IFRSs. The CPAs would apply the US GAAP. The chartered accountants would apply the Indian or that particular domestic accounting rule. It's the ACCAs who are applying the IFRSs. So that means it's our duty to know these IFRSs in detail, not just to prepare financial statement. There's a lot of confusion in across communities and professional bodies that we are just supposed to prepare the financial statement. So we need the IFRS knowledge. No, to interpret financial statements. If today you want to make an investment decision, maybe you become a portfolio manager. So you have to do that fundamental analysis of any company, that whether the balance sheet is good or not, whether P&L is good or not. How will you interpret it? You should know something about IFRS. You should know what are assets, what are current assets, what are non-current assets, what are tangible assets, what are intangible assets, how they are accounted for. Is it even comparable? Because maybe one company is using cost model, another is using the valuation model. So can I compare? Is the accounting policy consistent across the people or companies which I'm comparing? So IFRS knowledge is not just restricted to, that I will prepare the financial statement and done with it. It's about interpretation. It's about auditing as well. So most of you might be planning to work in the audit sector or going into the big four. So in any big four, in the process of their interview, they give you one standard, they give you a proper book on that standard, and they're going to ask you questions on that in the technical round. So that means even every big four, every corporate sector is very interested in the knowledge of your in the IFRS. So this paper is not just for ACCA, this is after ACCA also, and even in ACCA for advanced audit as well. So now you know that what is strategic business reporting and why I need strategic business reporting. Now the question comes, right? So now the question comes that if SBR is there, what is the syllabus of SBR? Have we ever done this? So before I say anything regarding that, I need your input. Have you guys done financial reporting before this paper? How many of you have been exempted from it? Or what's the update? Have you guys done FR? Yes. Not done FR, got exemptions, done FR, long back, done, exempted, got exemption. Okay, long time back. The ones who have done FR, let me give you the good news. If you remember FR, SBR is made up of 75% of the syllabus of SBR is nothing but FR. And then you have some standards over and above FR, like if you talk about IFRS 9, financial instruments. You guys have done this in your financial reporting paper. Now in SBR, it is more in depth. You have hedging in SBR, which was not there in FR. You have impairment of financial assets in SBR, which was not there in FR. So that slight difference is there, and then some more standards are there in SBR, which were not there in FR. But that does not mean that this FR knowledge will not help you. It will help you immensely. Okay, the people who have forgotten about FR or who were exempted from FR, I'm addressing you all. I get this question a lot on my like WhatsApp that ma'am, I've been exempted. Should I be doing FR also? Should I take classes from FR also? See, it's very easy for me to say that please take classes of FR also from me, and then you go into SBR. That's just an add up of revenue. But I would say no, because that will just cost you money, that will just cost you efforts. Because reality is that you can do SBR, it will require extra efforts. I'm not saying that you can't pass it, provided you have prerequisite knowledge. Which prerequisite knowledge I'm talking about? I'm talking about debits. I'm talking about the journal entries, debits and credits. I'm talking about basic process of preparation of financial statements. Now, I have seen some students who come from the exemption route and then they don't know or they're not good in journal entries. Or then they are not knowing that how the final accounts are prepared. What is a trial balance? See, I can't answer those questions for you because that this is professional level, okay? This is something which we do in F3, which was knowledge level. So if you guys are from the commerce background, all I need from you is debits, credits, knowledge, journal entry. What do you mean by ledger? What do you mean by journal? What do you mean by trial balance? What do you mean by financial statement? That also I teach you. So only these. So if you have these knowledge, then only join the classes or start with SBR. Otherwise, first brush up your basics, concepts. Maybe you can pick up your class 11th commerce book. If you're from India, you might have done PS very well. So you can pick up that and you can just brush up your journal entry concepts. Otherwise, you would be able to get through this paper very easily. Even the Kaplan teaches it from the scratch. Why me? Why only me? I mean, even if you do self-study, even that is from the scratch. Okay. So let's see what is there in our syllabus of SBR and how we are going to move forward towards our course. So here you have in front of you the course syllabus. Okay. So what's there? The first chapter, frameworks. What is framework? So if you guys have started attending the lectures which are already there on portal, you might have seen what is a conceptual framework. It's more like, your moral science lecture. Why moral science lecture? It's basically like if you have your, financial statements to be prepared according to IFRSs, then if you are stuck in any position, if you're stuck in any scenario as an accountant, let's suppose cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is something till date we don't have any standard on it. So as an accountant, if I figure out something where cryptocurrency is there, I will be in a mess in my mind and how to treat this. Where will it go in the financial statements? Is it an asset? Is it a cash flow? Is it what? So that becomes really difficult for us to ascertain what this particular asset or element actually is. So what we do is, in that case, we refer to framework. So framework is like the Bible for the accounting people. Anytime they feel like they're stuck in a position, they don't know, how to treat this particular element, or they don't know that whether any standard exists on this or not, or there's a contradiction. One standard says go right, another standard says go left. So which path to follow? We will refer conceptual framework for that. Then we have ethics. So these ethics are nothing but your double A. If you guys have done your double A paper, you must be knowing double A. So you have that type of there that we have professional integrity, professional behavior, integrity, confidentiality, objectivity, and professional competence and due care. So as an accountant also, you're supposed to follow all these 5 principles of ethics, code of ethics. If you do not follow it, then you breach the code and then you have some things which come as repercussions to you. So that is something that you have to discuss in this case. I will teach you properly that this is something which I teach with questions. I don't teach the theory of it. I teach it via questions that, okay, it's like you see a case study where the standard is wrongly applied. So you call out to the accountant that, dude, you have wrongly applied this standard. Come on, correct this. If you do not correct this, this is unethical. And what is the safeguard with regards to that? So this is the funniest part of your syllabus. No, last time in our batch, if you guys were part of the community of March 2024, you must be remembering we made so many memes on this. So here mostly the accountant is doing some fishy things and we are supposed to just point it out that, dude, you're doing this wrong and this is unethical. And as usual, the, accountant is doing things wrong, terribly wrong. Then you have your performance reporting. This is an LOL chapter. This has nothings new, which is something which is to be done explicitly because it's just about what is a balance sheet, what is a P&L, and that I teach under IS1 and I teach under what are financial statements. Then you have IFRS 15, which is your revenue. Then you have non-current assets. So non-current asset has a lot of subsections like IS 16. How do you treat tangible non-current asset? For that, you should know the definition of asset. From where will you get the definition of asset? You will get it from the conceptual framework. Then what is non-current, what is current, what is tangible, what is intangible? For tangible, you have IS 16, you have investment property IS 40. For intangible, you have IS 38. Then further, once I have accounted for these assets, then how I'm supposed to impair them? IS 36, impairment. What is impairment? Reduction in value, reducing the value, negative thing, bad thing, sad thing, impairment. So if I tell you there was COVID and I'm working in the hospitality sector, so if there was COVID and you have a hotel range, like you are the owner of JW Marriott, let's suppose, so nobody's going to come to your hotel. That's an indicator of impairment. What is impairment? All the assets of the JW Marriott now will be, there will be a review conducted. You will compare the carrying amount of it with the recoverable amount. So what is carrying amount? What is recoverable amount? How do we do this? How do we treat impairment? That is also given to us within this section, which is the standard IS 36 impairment of assets. Agriculture and inventories. This is something which is least tested. So this is something which you can put a cross on. There's no need to prepare this. You don't get tested on agriculture, okay? ACCA themselves have said that they are not going to focus on these two standards in SBR because we have focused a lot on them in FR. Then you have foreign currency, which is IS 21. Like if you have any payables abroad, for example, come on, you guys pay subscription fees to ACCA. What's that for you? That's a payable for you. So how do you treat it? You live in India, or maybe you live in Africa, or maybe you live in Dubai, but you have a payable in UK. That means you are having dirhams as your currency if you are from Dubai, but you have to pay in pounds. So that's your foreign payable. If it is your foreign payable, then what to do? How to treat it? That is given to you in chapter number 7. Then you have leases. IFRS 16. If you take anything on rent, if you give anything on rent, all these things, how to account for it? Leases. Employee benefits. As the name suggests, what is employee benefit? Come on, what is employee benefit? If you pay something to your employee, whether it's short-term benefit, long-term benefit, post-retirement benefit, anything, how are you supposed to treat it? Share-based payment. As the name suggests, many companies which are listed, you might have heard that some of your friends say, no, I'm working in Amazon or I'm working in Google. In my package, they've given me some bonds and they've given me some shares. If I work with them for 5 years, then I will be able to redeem those shares or I will be able to, opt for the shares. So that is share-based payment. So how to treat these share-based payments in our, financial statements that is given to us in IFRS 2 SBP share-based payment. Then what you have? Events after reporting period. This is a small standard. Then what happens between reporting date and the date when the financial statements are authorized for the issue? That is period after reporting date, and that is either adjusting or non-adjusting. Then I'll teach you. Financial instruments, put a star on this. This is the most technical chapter of SBR. From my smile, you must have guessed that this is not going to be easy one. But still, we will sail through it. We will survive through this. Okay, it's manageable. We'll manage it. Then you have tax. Current tax, you all pay taxes. From that, I remember today I have a deadline to meet for my taxes. So you all pay taxes, right? And that is something which we have to treat in the financial statements also. So taxes is not just the tax paper. If you have paid some tax, if you have accrued some tax payable, you have to, treat it in the balance sheet also. Then you have segment reporting. This is a new standard, very small standard. I'll teach you in like 15 minutes. Then you have related parties. Again, this is an important standard, but a smaller one. Adopting new standards. So if you were following Indian accounting standards, suddenly you globalized, suddenly you went abroad. So now you're going to have IFRS. So you're adopting new standard. You had Indian standard, now you're adopting the new standard. Then SME, what about small clients? Are all clients supposed to follow IFRS? No, not at all. They can skip some standards. They get some exemptions because they're small clients, right? So that is SME. Then you have groups. Come on, do you remember groups? Come on in the chat box. Be lively. Do you remember groups? Consolidation, F3, F7. Yes, we do remember it a bit. What is groups? What is groups? Let us discuss. Groups is basically parent and subsidiary. So just like you are a child, I'm supposing I know many age groups are here. So let's assume most of you are children and you have your parents, right? Or there was a time when you were dependent on your parents. Maybe today you're not. So when you were dependent on your parents, it was the parents who were controlling you. I'm not saying in any emotional manner. I'm saying in a way where you're going to live, which flat they're going to rent out, where which school you're going to join, which tuition you're going to join. So in all those ways, they were controlling or they were making key financial and operational decisions for you. So we used to say that, my parents control me, or my parents, I'm dependent on my parents because I'm not financially independent. Very simple. So in the same similar fashion, there are some companies who are dependent on another company because that other company has purchased majority of their shares. They have given them so much money, like they are under the money of the investors. So now they are supposed to perform, and for the performance, they need funds. For the funds, they need investment. And again, they get more investment from that investor. And now that investor becomes their parent. So now they have to listen to this parent. Now they can't make their own decision. If they want to launch a product, get an approval. If they want to raise a loan, get an approval. So this parent becomes the controller. When this happens, think about other investors who are planning to invest in this subsidiary. They will say, dude, you don't have any identity, no, you're dependent on this company. Then why will we see just your financial statements while investing? We will need to see this person's or this company's financial statement also because you are not independent. You are depending on this company. So this company's performance is directly affecting your performance. Same to this company. We will tell you have a subsidiary. It's like, whatever you do, your parents get affected because of that. So if you do some bad thing, they'll be like, our respect is gone. So whatever you do, they are also affected for that. So we will say this company subsidiary is getting affected because of the parent, and parent is also getting affected because of the subsidiary. So from the point of view of an investor, this is an investor perspective. The investor is gonna focus on group accounts. You will say parent and subsidiary are one. They are one. And we will consider their results as one. That is the reason we prepare group accounts. That is the sole reason we prepare consolidated accounts where we take parents' results, subsidiaries' results, we combine them, and then we prepare a consolidated financial statement. So how do we prepare that consolidated financial statement? That is what is given to us in this particular area of syllabus, which is group accounts, which is the most important area of your syllabus because it is tested in question number 1. I'll show you a past paper, don't worry. I'll tell you what is tested where. So this is something which is tested in our first question for 30 marks. Okay, then what we have next? Let's see. Analysis and interpretation, changes in the developments in financial reporting. So that is something, analysis is interpretation. That means your KPIs, the ratios that you calculate, how do you interpret the financial statements. And then you have some current issues, that is changes in developments in financial reporting, which we will study together. So this is basically the whole syllabus of SBR from the Kaplan Text Index. So if you guys plan on to enroll with me at TG Pros, I will be providing you with the ebooks. I'll be providing with you the planner. I'll be providing you with the lectures. Okay. So before that, let me discuss with you the, you know, some past paper. So let me just show you some past paper. Let's check out some question paper from ACCS website. Somebody asked, what's the use of technical article? There are only few technical articles which are important, which I'll teach you. There are 10 technical articles which are important, which I've already uploaded on the portal of mine, and also they are available on the YouTube channel. Uh, Other technical articles are nothing but repetition of your syllabus. I'll provide you the, consolidated word file of all the technical articles. So don't worry. Let us pick up some recent past paper. Is SBR. Teamwork. Okay. This book appeared in March. You guys must have seen the pre-mock of the previous attempt. Let us check that out. They give you a lot of instructions. Finally, we're here. So question number one, guys, here it is in front of you. So what you have first is your requirement for 30 marks. So if you check out this requirement, they are telling you that you have to discuss in what circumstances France would be correct in accounting for the investment of Paris as an associate and how it would be then accounted for in the group accounts. So which part of the syllabus? Come on quickly in the chat box. Which part of the syllabus? Which part of the syllabus? Consolidation, group accounts. Then discuss the circumstances France would be correct in classifying the investment in Paris as a subsidiary and how it would be accounted for in the group accounts. Again, consolidation. Then explain how goodwill arises. Can you guys see that how in SBR now they are focused more upon explanation and how it happens, why it happens. They're not discussing about calculation. They're giving least weightage to calculation. Maximum they are asking you discussion. Maximum they are asking you explanation. And how and why. So that means this paper of SBR, which was previously known as P2, has now become discussive paper. Previously, it was all calculation. They used to ask you to prepare the financial statements completely. You'll prepare the full set of balance sheet, full set of P&L. That was the requirement. Now everything is about discussion. So this whole question, if you check out, is about goodwill, is about consolidation for 30 marks. Then they've given you some pre-populated spreadsheet. This is something which I was talking about, which has changed from September onwards. I made a proper video on that. If you want to check it out, you can check on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, I'll be making, like, solving a lot of questions in the class with you on pre-populated spreadsheet. So don't worry on that. So here you can see that we are given already some balance sheet. Assets are given to us, goodwill is given to us, everything is given to us. Then what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to adjust this, read this exhibit, read this requirement. Using the information from exhibit 1 and 2 and your previous answers, adjust the pre-populated spreadsheet to prepare a corrected consolidated statement of financial position. So they are giving you certain circumstances in the exhibit and they are asking you that you need to adjust your pre-populated spreadsheet, after considering all those circumstances in the exhibit. You need to remove Paris as a subsidiary. You need to correctly account for that legal case and the insurance claim which was going on. So that means it's just that you have to make some adjustments. What are adjustments? Do you guys remember rectification of errors? Yes. Do you guys remember rectification of errors? Have you guys done this ever? That there was a mistake in the balance sheet and then you need to adjust it. What is that? Rectification of errors. Class 11th. So this is what is there. There will be mistakes in the question, there will be mistakes in the exhibit, and all you need to do is rectify the error. So for rectification of errors, what you guys did in class 11th? You used to pass a journal entry, rectifying entry. Rectifying entry told you what is increasing, what is decreasing. Same entry needs to be now just posted on the pre-populated spreadsheet. This is what is there in this question. They will give you mistakes, you will pass a rectifying entry, and you will post that rectifying entry into the balance sheet. So all you need to do is you need to get perfection upon your rectifying entries. For that, you should know the IFRS and you should be good in journal entries. Two requirements. So for new pre-populated spreadsheet, all you need to do is your IFRS knowledge and your journal entries perfection. These two things. And that will help you get 12 marks of your paper. That is something which can make or break the deal. Right? So this is what is there in our first question of 30 marks primarily from group accounts. So now you know the most important area of the syllabus. If somebody asks you dude, what is the most important area of SBI? You're going to say group accounts. Question number 1, 30 marks, just groups. Then you have that funniest question. Question number 2, where they're going to ask you, there was an accountant and he did wrong things. And then you're supposed to say that, dude, you did wrong. And then you need to tell him some safeguards. So see, here also they're asking you about the IFRSs only. Here they've asked you about leases. Then they've asked you about financial assets, IFRS 9. Then they've asked you about current issue sustainable reporting. Then they've asked you identify and discuss the ethical issues arising from the scenario which the new chief accountant should consider and what actions he should take as a consequence. 6 marks. So here they're talking about that there were some problems with the case study, there were some problems with the application of the concepts by the accountant, and you're supposed to pinpoint it, and then you're supposed to tell them what would be the consequences of that. So what mistake he has done, what ethical issues it has, which ethical principle he's breaching or compromising, and what would be the safeguard. So this is there for 6 months. So here what you need as your knowledge for 6 months, IFRS knowledge, of course, little bit about the ethics, wordings about ethics, and then little bit about safeguards. So this 20 marker question, even though we say this is coming from ethics, but actually in reality, it's just 6 marks, which is from ethics. Right? Are we guys clear on this? Question number 2. Question number 3 now, that's the section B, which is for 25 marks. Now, this is from gray area. It can be from any IFRS. It can be from any IFRS, but not group accounts. So mostly it is like from IFRS 9, IFRS 15, and maybe IFRS 12. So these are the most tested areas in question number 3. So I will give a proper analysis for you once we move ahead with this course. I'll take grand revisions with you. I'll take the, mock debriefs with you. So I'll take the game changer, or what we call them as, your marathon videos. So I'm going to tell you that, okay, these are the most tested things. These are the most examinable things. This is the past trend. So I'm going to share everything with you. So in this session today, I'm just discussing that these are the areas like which are tested in question number 3. Right? Then what we have in question number 4. In question number 4, we have once again gray area, 25 marks. You can see events after reporting date. That was a small standard. Then you have this is something related to non-current assets, ovens and packing machine. Then you have salary subsidy, that is nothing but your government grant, right? So that also is part of your non-current asset. So this is how they test the whole SBR paper. So the whole SBR paper is based upon discussion. That's the first thing. Second thing is this whole paper is based upon IFRSs. If you guys are good in IFRSs, you got this. But is it just that I need the IFRS knowledge? This is also a myth that if you have good IFRS knowledge, if you learn the IFRSs completely, you will pass this paper. Is that so? No. IFRS is just part of your syllabus. It's all about application. Now, how can I develop application skill? First, you guys need to do T values. What is T value? Come on, what is T value? My students know this. I always solve T values in classes. If you guys have ever studied with me, you must be knowing what is T value. Test your understanding. Very good. Kaplan text questions. So in your Kaplan text, you will find T values. With each concept, you are supposed to solve the T values. If you do this, as and when you will do the concept, you will get cleared on that concept's application. So first you will do it with the help of the book. Like first while you solve, you feel like, okay, I'm not able to do it myself. I might refer to the answer. Fine, refer to the answer. No problem at all. Don't judge your preparation if you're supposed to refer to the answer that, oh my God, ma'am did it herself. Ma'am is teaching since 4 years. You guys have just started with SBR. So it's fine. You do it yourself or you do it with the help of the answer works. Okay? Our aim is to pass, right? So even if we did do that T value with the help of the answer at the back, that's fine. Maybe we will redo it when we will revise that concept. Then we will do our own attempt. We will not refer the answer. So T values are very important for your conceptual clarity. Okay. Then practice of the kit is very important. You guys know what is your Super 20? Let me show you our course content of June. Let me show you the course content on June, which you have already on your portal. So I hope you all have the access to the portal, the ones who are registered with me, who have enrolled with me in the June batch. This is how your portal looks. So if you go through this, see, these are some kit question debriefs, question practices, which are done. So if you just check out this question practice, hi to me. So this is like for 2 hours, 38 minutes, we have just done 2 case studies. Then we have Joy and Traveler. How many hours? 2 hours, 45 minutes. 2 questions. These are 2 big 30 marker questions. Okay. That's why it's taking long. Luna Company. 1 question, 2 hours, 11 minutes. So see, this is like, if you guys think you can do self-study, of course you can, but don't give up on the kit questions. You have to do them completely. My focus for my students is always that I give them enough practice. This is just few 6 sessions. That doesn't mean I'm just giving you 6 questions for practice. Of course not. If you go to the Super 20 section, these are the Super 20 questions from our last attempt. So that means 20 questions are here also. How many questions are there in your kit? Come to your kit. How many? Anyone in the chat box, can you tell me how many questions you have in the Kaplan kit? Because I follow Kaplan blindly. I don't follow anything else but Kaplan. 60 questions. So 60 questions, out of that 20 I'm giving you recorded. 6 also I've recorded, like not 6, I think how many questions I've done here in the kit question debrief. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 31 are already given to you. 20 I will do with you in the Super 20 of June attempt, which might be overlapping also. So let's say around 15. So 15 more. So 31 plus 15. How much is that? 46. So out of 60 questions, around 50 questions I am doing with you. And then I'll be doing it in form of assignments. Then I'll be doing it in form of, okay, assignments might not be from Kaplan. So I will be doing it in form of marathon classes, in form of grand revisions. So almost I'm doing the full kit with you, but still you will find many questions that I'll be giving you to do yourself. Because I really believe self-practice is greater than any debrief, it's greater than any guidance, any mentorship. So even if you're doing self-study, or even if you're taking classes from me or anywhere else, please make sure that you're doing self-practice. You can easily pass the paper. I'm not talking about passing, I'm talking about passing with a good score. You're having a margin that once you come out of the paper, you're like, I'm passing for sure. I'm not sure whether I get a rank or not. I'm talking about that kind of preparation. So self practice is very important. You can easily pass, even if you just look at the lectures which will be provided to you, you will pass. Just looking at the lectures will make you pass. I'm telling you that. I'm talking about the good preparation that I expect from everyone, because we should be having that zeal in us. Okay, even if you're working, even if you're in the time crunch, I hear a lot of students say that I just want a 50. Why just 50? Go and aim for a 80, for a 90. I've seen so many, most of the working people, they get ranks. Do you know this? People who are on the managerial ranks, on the, who are struggling with their work already, these are the people who are getting ranks. I've had a student who was 56 years old. She got a rank. She was from UK. She had like grandchildren also. So nothing is an excuse for us. I have a family, I have a kid, I have work. If you want to get this, if you want this achievement in your life, if you want to get a rank, or if you want to prepare well, that okay, I'm damn sure I'm passing this paper, then you need to practice all the questions that I give. So I will give you a proper planner, not just the Kaplan kit questions. I will inculcate somewhere in that ACCA study hub questions also. So I'll give you an ultimate planner towards the start of May. Your paper is in June. So in May month, I'm going to discuss Super 20 of June attempt with you. Then I'm going to discuss your ultimate planner with you. So let me show you like the ultimate planner which I prepared for the last attempt. Similar kind of an ultimate planner you guys will also find in your attempt. Okay. So let me just show you the ultimate planner. I hope I have it handy. Yeah, there you go. See, this is the ultimate planner which is provided towards the beginning of the last month. So if your paper is in June, in the beginning of May, you will get such a plan once you'll be done with your full syllabus. I will do Super 20 questions with you in class. This is the kind of Super 20 questions classes which will be held. These dates are yet not decided. Okay. These dates are yet not decided. I hope the screen is visible to all. Yeah, you can see the screen. Is it visible? Okay. Yes. So Super 20 questions, you'll see that these are 7 days. Okay, 7 days at a stretch consistently. Last time also we had classes, like you can see from 15 to 21st. Same will happen with you. Okay, nothing changed in that. Super 20 questions will change, of course, because you will get the recordings of these questions, and for every attempt, you don't get the same paper. So based on that, the questions changes. There might be some overlap. For example, this question Digival. This remains in my list of Super 20 always because it's a very important question which has cryptocurrency and which is like very important. Some people ask me that, ma'am, how do you know that this is an important question? See, I know the questions of the kit by name because it comes with like when you've taught it again and again. I'm just teaching SBR since 4 years. So I remember the questions, I remember the content of the question, I know the name, I know in what page what is written. So I exactly know that in this question, this is important, and this is something which a student should practice for this attempt. So I'm not saying that these are the only questions you're doing. No, of course, I'm teaching you, I'm giving you classes for all the questions. I'm giving you this ultimate planner where I'm telling you that even if you guys are attending these classes with me, these are the questions you have to self practice. And you will find them on the portal as well. So that means I'm telling you every question is important, but these are the most important questions. So these most important questions for June attempt will be based upon the sample paper that we get and the paper of like the previous attempt. So I just do some kind of analysis that what might be tested in the next attempt. Based on that, you get the Super 20 questions for the June attempt. So this is what I will teach live in the class. We will have live debriefs of that for 7 days, consecutive days. It will be a 4-hour session from 6 to 11 p.m. Right? And then you will have mock, for which you will have a mock debrief, which will be tested. So now if I tell you the course, like how the course works, okay, you get pre-recorded classes, you get weekly live sessions on all Saturdays. We will meet at 8 p.m. Indian time from 23rd of March. So Saturday is equal to SBR. So on all Saturdays, 23rd of March is fixed. For AAA, Sundays are fixed. Okay. And the time is 8 p.m. Indian time, which suits all global students and Indian students as well. Then what are we doing in live sessions? We are going to discuss our doubts, whatever doubts you will have. So you can post your doubts on the WhatsApp groups. Now all the March groups were there on my priority till today. Today I will be unpinning all the March groups and pinning the June groups. So you guys will be on priority now. So now we will finally start with our group chat and the group communication. So I know some people have been like the group is inactive because the course was inactive. We have not yet started with the classes. So now the classes for June attempt will officially begin. So your doubts will be resolved in the live session. Plus, we will do practice. For example, I have given you some course content to be covered by a week. This is the planner that I've prepared for you. So, for example, I've told you that from 16th of March till 23rd of March, you guys are supposed to cover NCA, Conceptual Framework, and IFRS 13. Then the live class related to this will be on 23rd of March, where I will do practice. Okay, in this live class, I'm going to practice case studies from the kit. So that is going to be on the topics that you've done from the text, the topics that you've done from the lectures. Okay. And then what else will be there? There will be Super 20 live class debriefs that will be in the month of May. Yes. There will be 2 mocks. One will be debriefed, another will be just debriefed. One will be marked also plus debriefed, another will be just debriefed. There will be 6 assignment, or you can say unit test, which will be marked. Then you have WhatsApp tutor support via the group. So this is how the course actually works. And this is your planner. For the first week, you are supposed to cover the NCA non-current asset. If I just show you on the portal what is there on NCA. So you have to cover this IFRS part. You have to cover this conceptual framework section. Okay. Then you have to cover the fair value measurement section and the non-current asset section, this whole thing. These are small lectures and other non-current assets as well. These. So this is what you have to cover. You will find with each section, you will find their notes. Okay, so in some sections, for example, for revenue, the notes are not yet posted. So when the revenue part will come, the notes will also be posted in that section. As for the planner, I'm working with the planner. So all these parts of the portal which are related to the first week, which has already started. From today, you can start this planned agenda. I have already arranged your lectures. Okay, they have been put in the order, right order. All the unrequired stuff is removed. All the lessons PDF has been uploaded. You can even download this. You can compile it, or you can just read it like as a lecture note. I would recommend you get it printed. Okay, so that is something which will help you in compilation towards the end as well. So this is something that you have to attend as lectures for the first week. Just the lectures plus the T values from the text. In my lectures, I've covered most of the T values. Only 1 or 2 would be left that we will do. Right? And then from IFRS 15, 16 and 9, we'll cover by 30th of March. Then, by doing this, we'll cover our syllabus by 27th of April. We will have on 15th of April our resulted out. So I want all of you to cover at least your groups by 13th of April. Groups is like the most important area of syllabus. Today you will start with the full zeal. You'll feel like I will cover SBR in like 1 day. Ma'am has given lectures, ma'am has given everything. Let's get started. Watch it at 2 times the speed and complete everything in 1 go. That's the type of energy you have today. But tomorrow it will decrease. Day after tomorrow it will decrease further. And then you'll be like, ma'am, I have backlogs. Ma'am, I've not done T-by-Us. Ma'am, I don't feel like I'm confident. Why? Because you have backlogs. Then backlogs give you guilt. Then guilt increases, multiplies, and then you have again more backlogs. So I don't want that situation with you. And even if you guys have backlog, okay, backlog is normal. First of all, accept it. If today I make a plan, somewhere here and there it will happen that you will get derailed from the plan. For that, I've kept 5 buffer days for you. So from 15th of April till 20th of April, you have 5 buffer days to complete your backlog. So our focus is that by the result date, at least we cover this much. So sometime in a week you're not supposed or you're not able to cover up the things as per the plan, no problem. On the weekend, sit for extra long hours, cover the backlog. That's how you do it in the real life also. So you have to follow this plan, okay? Minutely here and there works. You have 5 days buffer, no problem. But as a whole, overall, you should be on the right track. Because after this, I will start with Super 20. See, if you won't cover the syllabus by 27th of April, no, I won't be able to help you. Because Super 20 is only beneficial if you attend it live. Because in the live class, your guys' camera is on and I'm teaching it and I'm framing answers in front of you. I'm doing case studies in front of you. And if you don't know the syllabus, it becomes terrible. It feels like I don't know anything and the confidence just drops. So you have to cover the syllabus in any case by the time it start with Super 20, right? So this is something that I wanted to share with you today. And if you guys are planning on to enroll and you'll find this plan and this whole PDF on the WhatsApp groups which you're part of. So first of all, if you want to be part of our WhatsApp group, then make sure you WhatsApp me on this number. You'll get an automated reply. Free WhatsApp group I'm talking about, if not paid ones, because there will be a lot of free content coming up soon as well. So if you're watching it on YouTube, you'll find it in the description box as well. So our team was on a leave for a few days and now we are back to work. So now WhatsApp on this number and you guys will get a response and be part of the WhatsApp group, which is an automated response to your message. So join the relevant WhatsApp group, whichever paper you're giving, AAA, FR or SPR. And if you want to enroll into the courses, let me just show you the process of enrollment. All you have to do is you have to visit the website, which is tgprofs.com. Here it is. When some test, this kind of thing will come up. Just verify that you are a human. Thank you, I'm a human. Then you go to the courses section. Okay. So 10% off is going on. So you have to use this coupon code. Okay. Use this coupon code to get 10% discount and just go to the course section. And in there, you will find the June batch, okay, which is license law. So all you have to do is you have to create your, password. So for that, you need to sign up. Okay. So sign up and then just buy the course. So you'll find the course here in your own currency. So if you're from US, you'll find it in the US dollars. If you're from Singapore, you'll find it in Singaporean dollars. Since I'm sitting in India right now, so I'm just looking at it in Indian rupees. So you just click on it and you will just be able to buy it. And you have to just do the normal things. Like if you just click on buy now, you will get the address column, your name, your everything. I think you all know how to purchase a course, right? So all you have to do is make sure that you apply the coupon code to get that 10% discount. So this is how the enrollment works. And if you are already enrolled, so now you guys already know I'm officially starting our June batch, okay? And you will have the, okay, let me talk about the policies. Very important. I get a lot of queries that, ma'am, what if we fail the previous paper and then we have to, push our SBR attempt to the next attempt? See, if you fail your paper, you'll be failing it on 15th of April. I hope you will pass, okay? Just in case, if you want to extend your course, let's suppose you were first thought that I'll give it in June. Now you're thinking that, you know, now you're thinking that I need to give it in September due to any reason. If you inform me this thing if you inform me this thing by 16th of April. 16th of April is the deadline because that is the one day after the result. Because till then everything is genuine. Because till then everyone who has failed the paper or who has reorganized their attempt, I totally understand that. If you inform me that free of cost, I'll extend your course to the next attempt. There's nothing, no hidden charge, nothing like that. I know many people do charge stuff for the extension, but we don't. Because we understand that if you have failed the paper, of course you will not be giving this paper. Why would I charge you? There's a concept in IFRS also, right? When you are in losses, nobody charges you tax. That's why you carry forward that tax and you get a deferred tax asset. So similarly, if you guys have unforeseen circumstances where you have failed a paper and now you don't want to give SPR, so of course you can just reach out to us. If your message is given to us, delivered to us by 16th of April, of course you'll get free extension to the next batch, to the next quarter. Many students are sitting here who are from the March batch and they are extended free for the June batch. Now, if you inform me later on, because see, it's very difficult for us on the back end because I'm the one man show kind of a thing. So if you inform us later on, it becomes very difficult because mostly the people by the time they reach the last week of April, they feel the confidence is less. You start getting that anxiety. Should I book the paper? Should I book the exam or not? Will I be able to pass this attempt or not? And then you feel like procrastinating the attempt. And then you come up and say, now I want to, change my course to the next attempt. So that becomes difficult for us. So in that case, your fees will be charged as 30% of the fees of your actual fee. That is $200. 30% of that would be charged as extension fee. Right? So now by the time of 16th of April, it is free of cost. Make your decision by then. Even if you enroll today and you want to extend it, no problem. We will extend to the September batch. Not an issue. But 16th of April is the date. So if I'm taking one step forward, I need you guys also to be mindful of what you are doing. If you are enrolling today, make your wise decision by 16th of April that whether you want to go on with SBR, this attempt or next attempt. Right? So this is the policy, and that's all that I wanted to discuss in the class today. And the people who are already enrolled, who have already started, now you know your agenda. Your first agenda is your NCA, your conceptual framework, your IFRS 13, which is like very important for us. You will be tested a lot of, the previous attempt also, a lot of things were asked from IFRS 13. And that is the reason I've given you a lot of content on your portal with regards to all these standards. So make sure you brush up all the things through that course content. So all your queries, any doubt that you have, if you are an enrolled student, you will be added to a WhatsApp group. You need to ask your doubts in that WhatsApp group only. Okay. And if you are a free student, like if you just need self-study help, of course, my YouTube channel is there. Of course, you can join my self-study group also. I keep on coming up with such webinars where you'll be, taught stuff. You can find already, and there's a lot of content on my channel with regards to IFRS. So you can also watch that and self-study. That is okay. And if you are enrolled, then you know that you have to communicate to me via the WhatsApp group. That is SBR June 2024 group. All right. So that's it, guys. Any doubts from your side? Please feel free to ask. I'm open to the doubts now. Come on, let's communicate. Sorry for my heavy voice. Okay. How long will we have access to the site if we enroll now? Till the day of the paper, till the day of the exam. Will you share the planner in the group? Yes, Rishita. June 6th. Hello, ma'am. Will we be provided with a capital kit? Yes, ebook. Also, is there any alternate contact? Okay. Ishwin, if you need to just tag me in the WhatsApp group. You have my number, which I just wrote on the board. Just tag me. I just check the WhatsApp group messages. I ping you guys on the WhatsApp group. Today, I'll be pinging you all in my WhatsApp. So you are my priority. The people who are in the course, you are premium students. I'll be giving priority to you. So you have to just tag me in the group. All those issues will be resolved via the WhatsApp group. Because see, it's not that I don't want to answer you on DM. I of course want to talk to you guys. I want you to also understand, like, you see that there are so many people who are not just doing SBR, who are doing ACCA, and in general, there are so many questions that all the questions which are important to me, you guys are very important to me, you've enrolled, right? So I need to give you priority. Now, what happens if you DM me, your message will go down. So what I have to do is, if you even if you DM me, for example, if you have something personal to talk, you don't want to share it on group, I totally understand. Just put a message on the group, tag me that, ma'am, I have messaged you on your personal number. Can you please check? Then I'll check your DM. Then I get to know that, okay, you are a student who's enrolled with me and I need to answer you first. Right? Okay, Adarsh, sure. If someone can't pass in June, why do you think you won't pass? Someone you will pass, be positive. Of course you will pass. And technically, if you ask me this question, of course you can. Even you get 50% off. Uh, as soon as you enroll, you get the access. The moment you enroll, you get the access. In the WhatsApp group, it takes time to get added. As soon as you enroll, wherever, through whichever email you've enrolled, you'll get the access on that email. It's an automated process. Any suggestions on how to get enough practice on the CD platform in order to get used to it before the exams? Um, just use the blank workspace. Just use the past papers to practice. That's the way. Okay. How important do you teach AAA? Yes, I do. How important it is to complete the exam before EPSM? Not important, Heba. What are the changes that took place from September? Just the pre-populated spreadsheet and few changes in the current issues. Will the kit be available? Yes. What are the changes? I told you. How much shall I pay in case I had the exam and failed? See, if you fail your paper and you want to re-enroll, then you have a reset batch. Reset batch is at 50% discount, which is after the results. Like for the March attempt, the reset batch will be April. What are the changes that took place from September? Or will live class be recorded? Yes, of course. All live classes will be recorded and given to you within 3 to 4 hours after the class. Yes, of course, lives are very much possible. You can do it if you are a full-time student and you are around the right time. It's not that you're starting late. So today only, like today, I gave you the plan for SBR. Start with SBR planner. Tomorrow I'll give you AAA plan. Follow that. No, Parvish, whatever questions he's asking, ma'am, while doing the lecture, should I refer to practice questions? No. In the class, in the lecture itself, I will tell you now you can do this question. And the weekly live session is for questions only. So while doing the syllabus, it's not possible to do kit questions because SBR has one kit question which relates to 10 standards. So if you've just done one standard, you can't do a question which has 10 standards. So I pinpoint or I cherry pick those questions with you or those requirements for you that this one relates to only the non-current asset. This one relates to only the revenue. So only the ones which I tell in the lecture or which I cover in the lecture is something that you have to do, nothing apart from that. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes, Suzanne. Awesome, guys. So I think you all are done with your doubts. I've answered most of the queries. If you have any doubt further, please feel free to WhatsApp me. I've given you my number. You know the website now. I'll share the link in the description box as well. And be part of the free WhatsApp group, even if you watch this later on as a recording. And how many live sessions? I think I shared with you the planner. So for the concepts, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 live sessions. And for the practice, we will have 7 live sessions for our Super 20. So 6 plus 7 is 13. And then you have one mock debrief 14. And then you have your what marathon, 2 days marathon 16. So approximately 17 live classes in addition to pre-recorded classes. 2 hours. Yeah. Okay. So my focus is more on live sessions. I always believe that recordings is fine, but I need to keep track with you. What are you guys doing? I need to catch hold of you. Because you guys easily go off the track. So I need to keep on communicating with you. And that is the reason I focus a lot on live sessions. The favorite part of my course is live sessions. UK version, yes, I'll cover UK version with you as well. Don't worry on that. Classes have already started. Our first live session will be on 23rd of March. As I discussed in the planner, I'll share that PDF with you. And you are just supposed to, watch NCA part in then. Okay? Right. So that's it, guys. That's the end of the session from my side. I hope it was a helpful session. It would be great if you share your feedback after the class or in the comment section. And see you all, and may God bless you with lots of luck and success. Let's start with this session with full energy and with a lot of blessings and just positive vibes. So don't think, what if I fail? What if this happens? We all will pass. Manifest positivity, manifest a pass score. This is also something that I teach, okay? And just keep high energy throughout. It's a marathon, it's not a race. It's not a sprint that I just run and cover the syllabus in all go. No. Just keep energy consistent. It might be a little less of an energy. Maybe today you do one lecture of 10 minutes, tomorrow you do 20-minute lecture, day after you do 1 hour lecture. So it's like consistently, but you are improving. I don't want a 1 hour lecture today, half an hour tomorrow, 30 minutes and then 10 minutes and then 5 minutes and then nothing. No, I wanted to improve gradually. Right? Yes. Very good, Shahir. Okay. All the best, guys. God bless you. Take care.